Loison and Jean-Pierre Kelbert's JPK 1050 Leon has been crowned overall winner of the Rolex Fastnet Race. No other boat in the 695 nautical mile course could catch the French double-handed duo for overall honours in the 51st edition of the Royal Ocean Racing Club's Offshore Classic. With a record 444 boats on the start line this year, ranging from 30-foot keelboats up to the giant 105-feet Ultim foiling trimarans, the Fastnet Race is proving more popular than ever.
This race is incredible. It's the most race in the world, I think. Yeah, very happy to win again, second time overall. Crazy moment. The race was the same like 12 years ago. All our strategy works, and we're pushing hard, very hard.
He's more exigent all the time. Push. The boat is fast in every conditions. Upwind, downwind, light wind, strong wind, crosswind. It's just amazing.
When we are at the Fastnet Rock, we take the big spinnaker, we see all boats do a little spinnaker. After that, we have 3 knots better than the other boat.
When you have this chance, you have to take it. So it's what we do.
Crazy to see family, friends just before the finish line. Crazy moment.
I'm very proud and very happy. I love offshore racing. I made a lot when I was younger. So I'm very proud of Alexis. Alexis is very good. And Jean-Pierre is very good too. They are a very good crew.
Now we understand it's possible if you do a very good build, good shape like this. You can be competitive on every size of boat. So for me, it's the beginning of a new story for the RC, and it's good thing because it's much more fun. Just happy to be in life and live this kind of moment.
Subscribe to The World on Water, as YouTube is sometimes not advising subscribers of our uploads. Check the old bell. The Admiral's Cup is back, reborn after more than 2 decades. Following over 2 years of planning and preparation by the Royal Ocean Racing Club, its revival marked a defining moment in the club's centenary celebrations and the 100th anniversary Rolex Fastnet Race. Once the pinnacle of international offshore sailing, the return of the Admiral's Cup was a resounding success, setting the stage for a bold new era. Previously, in the July 25th World on Water, we covered the early races. And now this week we can show inshore race 2 and 3 from the RORC and the race start in the Rolex Fastnet from the Admiral's Cup perspective.
Good morning from Cowes. It's day 2 of the inshore series at the Admiral's Cup. Lighter conditions on the course today, but no shortage of pressure. Callisto continues a near flawless run with 2 wins from 2, while Red Bandit's campaign suffered a major setback, forced to retire after losing their rig in race 1. Black Pearl bounced back yesterday with a bullet in race 2, and the Australians are quietly climbing the table with a steady, consistent showing.
It's a type of racing that we really enjoy. The windward leeward race and the race around the Solent was something very special. We're slowly rising through the leaderboard, and as we learn the boat and getting more confident with ourselves in the boat. So yeah, solid day, and you need one of those just to really keep you coming back for the reason why we're here.
Winning the first inshore race was a big morale booster. I mean, for us it was pretty much holding on to dear life because we had to sail pretty hot in big wind conditions, and we saw what happened to Red Bandit. You know, they lost their mast, which is really unfortunate because it's a fantastic team of young sailors. We felt really sad about them. So today will be interesting. I think like yesterday, very shifty, winds up and down, but a lot lighter.
The leaderboard is beginning to take shape. Monaco and Hong Kong remain out in front, but every race now carries weight. This is where the Admiral's Cup truly rewards precision.
With the breeze shifting heavily across the course, the race committee made the call to cancel the second race, leaving just one result on the day. That result belonged to Nola, calm, clinical and in control. They claimed their first win of the series.
It was a very challenging race with constantly shifting wind conditions, so we just got lucky by making a few good moves in the beginning and then worked really hard to keep the lead. The whole team is incredibly proud. We've worked hard to make our way here and really excited to be here, and it's just amazing to be competing with the best teams in the world, and it's very exciting to be winning today.
We had a good clean start and we got the lane we wanted to get. The first top mark, we were pretty close with them.
So many variables with the wind going up and down, massive wind shifts and quite big boats, and the current to actually finish that close together is, I don't think you could go out there and script it.
In the end, we just came down hard and we were more or less overlapped when we crossed the line.
The whole race, our two boats worked together. So we were both leading the fleet, but neither one of us were attacking on each other, holding each other back. We both, without saying anything, we were both working together as two boats to make sure that we kept the other boats out of the game, and then we can have a fight at the finish line.
It's been something we've been really focused on and thoroughly enjoying it, thoroughly enjoying the competition. The level of the competition is fantastic. The team aspect that I've got with Pierre on the 42, just makes it really thrilling racing and, everything to play for the week.
I think what's unique about this event is the Solent, and since we've been here we realised really quickly that this regatta is about the competitors, but the true competitor, the guy out there that's trying to get you, is the Solent. And the Solent with the tide, the wind shifts, the weather you get here in the Solent, it's such a cool dynamic race course. These conditions are very challenging versus nearly anywhere else in the world you'll sail. Feels like, technically speaking, we're at the halfway point, but the Fastnet is such a factor of 3, so there's a lot of points on the board there, but it's not like we have to do 3 starts. It's not like we have to do a bunch of mark roundings, it's just one race. A lot of the positioning of the fleet here comes down to Ian tomorrow. Are actually now almost setting themselves up, if it was Formula 1, in their pole positions. It's not like we're in Monaco here. Fastnet is a very open race course, but it's certainly, if your positioning going into the Fastnet affects your tactics, the sails you might use, a crew setup, many things. So there's a funny dynamic about to happen.
We'll just take the same game plan, which is clean start, sail our boat, try and stay out of any kind of mess in the fleet, and stay focused.
Welcome back to Cows. We're here on day 3 of the Admiral's Cup, just over halfway through the series. Monaco and Hong Kong are fighting it out at the top of the leaderboard, with the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron close behind in third.
It's really difficult here racing in the northerly. I've raced here a lot. It's full of anxiety. You're never quite sure what's going to happen. There's an element of randomness in it. I imagine for some of the foreign tacticians that haven't done much here, it's pretty daunting.
Obviously keeping a very close eye on the locals, what they're doing. It feels like we've really stepped up in order to get these results, so we just go out there and try and do the right things, the simple things right.
Conditions look set to deliver another intense day out on the Solent, with a northerly breeze filling in, as teams prepare to position themselves ahead of Saturday's ultimate test, the Rolex Fastnet Race.
We went into the Admiral's Cup being the underdog, the youngsters of the fleet, 2 Kurs, both amateur teams. Our goal was really to just have fun and see where we are. I mean, look around. You see all these boats, you see all the big sailors we've been dreaming of competing at their level. And the fact that we're able to do so today, I'm out of words for it, I think. Enjoy!
It's been unbelievable here at the Admiral's Cup. It's great to see it back. Got a dirty mo going on here, sort of paying homage to the guys back in the day. So feeling's great on the boat. It's a new team. That was probably our 17th day sailing in total from launching the boat. So we're learning the boat still, and we're just on the up and up.
I think that the inshores are very important because it looks like that there are many points on the table. I think that for us with the new boat was a very demanding event.
Pretty knackered, if I'm honest. First race ended up being a 13-mile around the cans, and good long race to start the day off with. A lot of lead changes, a lot of sail changes. Did what we needed to do. It's a team sport, so we're always looking over at our 52 and figuring out who we need to attack on top of and that kind of thing.
Every morning, the most important thing is the breakfast coffee we have all together with both teams in our house. It's one big family. That's what the Dutch offshore sailing team is really all about. And then the fact that it was the first place, yeah, that's, as we say in Holland, the kers op de taart.
In Class 1, Django holds a narrow lead on 18 points, just ahead of Jolt 3 and Beau Jest, both tied on 19. It's a tight battle at the top heading into the final offshore race of the series. Over in Class 2, Callisto leads on countback, level on 17 points with Beau Ideal. Jolt 6 is in third, but there's still everything to play for in the Rolex Fastnet Race. And in the overall team standings, it's Royal Hong Kong Yacht Club out in front on 36 points, the Yacht Club de Monaco close behind, and Yacht Club Costa Smeralda rounding out the top three.
The Rolex Fastnet Race marks the final event of the Admiral's Cup Series, and this year it's a special one. 100 years since the inception of the race and the formation of the Royal Ocean Racing Club. Admiral's Cup 1 and 2 will be amongst a record fleet of over 450 boats, starting here in Cowes from the Royal Yacht Squadron line.
I just relish being offshore, so for me that's where the personal passion of sailing comes. Another lap around the rock and hopefully what will be sort of moderate breeze will be amazing.
It's a great boat and a great team. Friends that I've sailed with for a very long time.
The owner's got his wife on the grinder, so we're an unusual combination in that way.
It's fantastic to sail with my wife. We've been through an awful lot of adventures. The first thing will be getting around the course, and then the next thing will be trying to be as fast as we can.
There's always a little bit of nervousness when you start a distance race. It's been a few years since my last Fastnet race, but the feeling on board is positive. We've had a good series so far. The forecast is looking good for us, so we're really looking forward to finishing it off on a positive note. We know we need to hang with the 52s upwind, and then we should be in a good spot to be able to attack on the way home. It's a legendary race. It's one of the great iconic distance races in our circuit, so it's great to be back here doing it again. And of course, the rejuvenation of the Admiral's Cup too was really special, I think, for everybody. It's a huge honour to be here, to be competing in the Admiral's Cup again, and of course the Fastnet race.
What else is happening in the Solent? Why, it's Cowes week time again. The opening day of Cows Week 2025 dawned with light northwesterly airs. The weather forecast predicted a sharp change in wind direction, with Storm Floris moving in from Iceland later in the day. The bigger boats were moved from the squadron line to a committee boat start off Beaulieu, with the remaining committee boat fleet starting just off Thorness. All classes were initially postponed for 2 hours, moving to a single AP as the breeze slowly made its way up the Solent. Our report, at the time of editing, is reports on days 1 and 2.
Good morning, welcome to Cows Week 2025. My name's Lawrence Mead. Some of you will remember me as the regatta director until a couple of years ago. This year I'm sailing, looking forward to a great week on the water. I've spent a little bit of time meeting with some of the competitors, and over the course of this week we're going to introduce you to some of their stories. First time in Cows?
First time in Cows, very excited to be here.
And how do you do in J70s in America?
We've been doing pretty well, pretty much top 3, top 5. This was a bucket list event for all of us, and really just excited to get out, sail against different people, and experience the UK J70 fleet because I've heard a lot about it.
First race of today, we were starting at the squadron line. Bit wacky and wonderful as it always is. So these J70s are either sailed 4 or 5 up. We are sailing with 5 on board. They have a super big fleet down here at Cows, which is brilliant.
And so we're really using it as a good opportunity to not only have a really great experience on the water, but also have a lot of fun off the water.
It's the one week of the year when I have no trouble getting crew. In fact, I have 12 crew, which is probably rather more than I need, but I'm fending them off because they enjoy the whole week so much. I have been coming to do Cows Week since I was 17 and I'm now 74, and I think I've only missed about 5. I've done it in numerous boats. The great thing about the Solent is it adds a whole complexity to racing. It isn't just worrying about wind shifts, you've got to work out the very complex tides of the Solent, and it makes for much more tactical racing.
Hold tight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Are you wide awake? Counting the stars, or just starting in the dark?
Oh, it's just awesome. We're awesome racing the Cape 31. It's great to have sort of, I think, 16 of us again this year. Cape 31 is 31 foot, one design, high performance asymmetric boat. We sail 7 or 8 up, really loving it.
Today we were doing sort of windward leeward racing. The conditions were great. We had a little bit of tide against with sort of, 12 up to 16, 17 knots, which made for good fun. Gradually increasing breeze, so we changed the kite for the second race. I don't think we can do much better than today. We got 3 bullets today, and yesterday we won on the water, so hopefully we'll keep that up, but we'll see. Great fun out there.
Right, well, we went out in much windy conditions we were expecting, and it was quite exciting. We had a good start, tough little beat, big waves, wind on tide, and then a lovely long run with spinnakers up and lots of action going around us. It was something like a 3-hour race, was it?
Yeah.
3 hours, brilliant.
This is our first Cows Week, isn't it, for all of our children.
so we can do the next 20 cows weeks and we can all be a bit more relaxed and they can do everything for us. So, yeah.
I found it really exciting. At the start I was a bit nervous because I saw these waves crashing over the side. I was like, oh no, it's going to be really wet and cold. But as we got through the race, it got better and better as we got through.
I think it's just the best thing you can do. You know, I've sailed on every kind of racing boat since I was very, very young, and I've never enjoyed it as much as sailing with family and friends.
You see the kids growing, you see them learning, you're outside together, you're away from distractions, you're having great chats while in between moments of extreme excitement and problem solving together as a family. It is just the best way of bonding and watching your kids grow and learn.
Hi, I'm Rosie Gosling. Hi, I'm Serena Gosling, and we both sail together on a Red Wing. We've been doing it for 25 years now in this boat. Yesterday we were 3 sisters together. Today it was myself and Rosie, and then we had cousin James and brother-in-law Angus. So we try and stick to a family crew, and we used to sail it with our dad as well. That's different. We don't know anything else. I mean, I think on the water we all more or less know who's doing what. We move around positions quite a lot. Reens and I will share the helm this week. Yeah, we had an amazing day today. Like really good breeze, and we thankfully got a really great start, and we finished in 4th, so we were really pleased.
I sail with my dad this week. I quite enjoy it because I never get to sort of experience his job, and it's the only chance I really get to sail with him properly.
And it's a great opportunity to sail together.
I enjoy it a lot because of that.
So the actuals is one design, 3-man open keelboat. I sail one a fair bit over the last 20 years, winning the World Championships in 2007. It's a great one design racing. They race them in America, here, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. So we had a westerly breeze, quite fresh, probably a bit fresher than we anticipated. It was quite bumpy. Sent us on a few reaches, which is hard work on the spinnaker. I was hoping Josh was going to trim the kite this year, but he seems to have been not so keen to hang on to it. It was good. It was good racing.
In the coming Ocean Race Europe, the fleet is a mix of sailing IMOCA royalty, record-breaking superstars, and ambitious underdogs. From defending champions to crews stacked with Vendée Globe legends, the competition will be fierce as the teams connect Europe over 4,500 nautical miles. Starting August 10th, who will you be backing?
These are the teams taking part in the Ocean Race Europe, a 4,500 nautical mile race connecting Europe across 7 countries. 7 teams of 4 sailors plus 1 on-board reporter, each loaded with world-class talent, fighting for the trophy. Italy's Alla Grande Mappe Racing sees Ambrosio Beccaria, the first Italian to win the Mini Transat, making his IMOCA debut as a skipper. His ace in the hole, Thomas Rien, who finished 7th in the last Vendée Globe, sailing the exact same boat. Backed by an exciting French crew, they know their weapon inside out. Team Amala features Alan Rohrer, the Swiss sailor who became the youngest ever to finish the Vendée Globe back in 2016. Since then, he's been round the world twice more. This team's about young Swiss talent mixing with experience. A grueling selection process unearthed 7 stars of the future who are supported by veterans of the offshore scene. Biotherm finished 4th in the Round the World edition of the Ocean Race in 2023, and French skipper Paul Meyer is back after an impressive 5th place in the Vendée Globe. His high-performing crew includes Jack Poutel, a double Ocean Race winner, the experienced Amélie Grassi, and Sam Goodchild, who finished 9th in that same Vendée Globe. Canada Ocean Racing B-Water Positive are led by debut skipper and entrepreneur Scott Scheuer. Scheuer's passion for offshore sailing took off during the pandemic in 2021, and he's backed by a veteran British and French crew. Brian Thompson holds 40 world sailing speed records and won the Jules Verne Trophy, while Pip Hare returns to the Ocean Race Europe for her 2nd edition. They're the ultimate underdogs with world-class firepower. Team Holcim PRB have a seriously impressive lineup. Rising star Rosalind Kuiper earned her stripes in the last edition of the Ocean Race, and she's backed by sailing royalty. Frank Camas, the French multi-hull legend, and Caroline Brouwer, winner of the Ocean Race 2017-18, with Nicholas Lundven, the experienced navigator, rounding out the team. Team Militia leads the German charge. Star skipper Boris Herrmann has been around the world 6 times and campaigns relentlessly for climate action. His secret weapon, a top-level roster including Justine Mitrou, the Swiss 2-time winner of the Ocean Race, and viral sensation Cole Brouwer, the American who smashed the Class 40 round-the-world record while gaining 400,000 social media followers. This is a super team with a mission. France's team, Paprec Arkea, look like they could be the one to beat. Skipper Johan Richomme just finished second in the Vendée Globe and won this race in 2021. He's joined by Pascal Bidiguri, another winner of the Ocean Race and world-renowned navigator. Portuguese match racing specialist Mariana Lapato adds boat-to-boat experience, making this team a formidable racing machine in dominant form. 7 mixed-gender crews representing 13 different nations, each with their own story. The battle begins August 10th in Kiel. Who are you backing?